Alright guys, so we got this engine that we found out was blown up in the last video. This little 4-cylinder Isuzu. And if you remember, it kind of sort of tried to run away, and I said I would have let it go if it hadn't been for the neighbors. So took it away from the neighbors, and today we're going to let it go. But in the process of letting it go, we're going to feed it propane while it's running away, which is kind of the opposite of what you do during a runaway. Usually you want to stop it, but I decided I'm going to let it go, and we're going to see how much propane it can take while it's in a runaway condition. So I really don't know what else to tell you. It's kind of self-explanatory. So I'll show you our setup. We have sprinkler hose running to a 5-gallon tank with an acetylene regulator to get the propane up to the engine. No backflow valve, no nothing like that. Just probably make either a good video or a good afternoon at the ER. I don't know which. But so that's what it is. We have it primed up. I am going to add more oil to it because I'm sure it's low. I'll grab the camera here in a second and kind of show you what it took to prepare this for this. That doesn't work real well, does it? Well, we might not be adding oil. So I've dumped in about a gallon, I guess. I'm not real sure what kind of oil this is, but it'll run away often. So that's a gallon. Alright, so I'll grab the camera and I'll show you guys what we have going on. So I took the turbo off because I don't want to destroy the turbo. I have another project for it. I blocked off the return. This was the easiest way I could think of. Some Caterpillar parts. Unbolted the exhaust from the turbo. And just kind of half-ass put it over here to direct the oil and crap out. Isuzu made it hard to do a turbo delete. So maybe smashing down the oil line in several places will keep it from leaking everywhere. We'll soon find out. Transmission couldn't come off because the starter's part of the transmission. So that's really inconvenient. So is that wire. And yeah, that's about all I've done to it. So all I'm gonna do is close this, rev it like I did last time. When it sucks in a bunch of oil, I'll open it up, stick that in, and we're gonna see what happens to it. And I tried filling it with water. There's so many orifices that are open on this, I just gave up. So it might kind of throw our experiment off, but I don't know. We'll see. So just to prove that it has oil in it, not just playing around. Looks like it pretty well filled it up. Looks like this needs a little blue pill, but that's okay. It'll be dead before too long. So I don't know if it's hydro-locked because since the last video, that's the last time I played with it. And that's another thing we'll find out. But if it is hydro-locked, I have a 5-foot breaker bar and some sockets. And it won't be hydro-locked for long. I'm about to let it see what happens. I don't know if the battery will turn it over with nothing running. Oh yeah, it's gonna go. Maybe.
Something like that.
4. Blow it up with ether first.
Yeah. I don't know, there's parts all over. Hell, there's the main bearing.
Look, there's a rod.
And it still ran.
Is there a kick too out of there?
Yeah.
Oh wow, look at it. I don't know what made it blow up. Because it seemed like every time I turned the propane on, as soon as I shut it off, count to like 3, it blew parts out of it. Dude, that's badass. Wow. Where are they at? What are these? I'm shaking with excitement. Man, that was cool. Is there parts over here?
Yeah, there's parts. Yeah, there's parts here.
You'll find them when you mow. I don't know what that is. Or some more. Oh wow. Dude, that scared the hell out of me. When it was like a bomb when you're sitting there.
Oh, that's tape.
Oh, that's tape. That's my quality, oh, here's some more quality tape job. There's the main bearing. Or a bearing, rod bearing. It's still hot. Wow, I didn't expect for that. So kick, oh, I guess that's this one.
Kick some out the bottom. See the hole?
Oh, that's the wrist pin. Here's your rod bolt. More block. Is that this? I guess it is.
Yeah.
Man, that was badass. I didn't expect that. I did not expect it to do that.
I really expected it to just...
I guess you win this one. You said it throw a rod. No, but what was cool was...
It did way more damage than I ever thought it would have.
I think it was screaming. But, so you'd hear it quieten down, right? It'd go from popping and knocking and go silent. When it was silent was when I was adding propane. And then when I kicked the propane off, you could count damn near to 3, and all of a sudden it just started throwing parts out. Every time, like clockwork. I was like, oh shit, this stuff's gonna hit me. Look at the truck and the trailer. The whole thing is covered. Anything over here? Oh shit, no, it was 2. Look.
Oh, it did too.
Look at this, it's a valve. Wow, that is... I want to see... Oh, you know what it was?
What?
Something bounced around in the oil pan and it came out this side.
Oh, it knocked a chunk out. Oh, there's a valve.
Yeah. Oh, that's trailer. There's
Block.
some more block.
I bet there's block marks.
Oh man, look at my jeans. I got...
See your face.
Is
It's
it-
all over your face too.
Is it bad?
It's not that it's bad. Don't turn the other way. Because it's all on that side. You got all these little specks. All these little specks all over the place.
Wow. I guess I better pull the listing on it. No, I'll just take pictures and be like, has slight miss. Don't know what happened. I don't know why the exhaust is tied off like that. No, it started off runaway. And then I held it full throttle and kept feeding it propane. But I think what happened is I think it hydro locked. That's my guess is what busted that rod. Unless it was that messed up.
Well, I'd be willing to bet that's...
Well, yeah, because look at how it pulled out. I'm going to tear it down later. Yeah, I'll pull the head off. See how it pulled out? It's the top, the wrist pin.
Yeah.
And there's your wrist pin and your pan.
Take them cutters and see if you can bang that out.
Where are, oh, here they are. Nope. Yeah. Oh, that was smart.
Don't worry, you'll clean them.
I know about appointment at 3. I'll see you later. Good luck. I just came from my used spark plug I lent you.
Dude, this trailer was clean before you started this.
This trailer was new. I don't think it's not even a year and a half. Well, like I was saying, now we have treated boards.
Yeah.
I don't know what the spring's from. You know, it would probably kept running, but I got tired of getting showered in this stuff.
Well, when it started chucking parts all the way over the fence,
I know, I was like, oh shit.
knock holes in the fender.
That's why I let off for a little bit, and I was like, ah, I'd be okay, screw it.
Pan pulled away.
Oh wow, it did, didn't it? Oh, and the block is cracked. I bet if you undo these, I bet that chunk will come out. They did a better RTV job than my differential though. Yeah, ow, the more you look, the more you find. And it's still smoldering. Wow, that was that was badass.
There's no sense in checking the oil.
Yeah, you can check it visually. It's like a kid that threw up on the bus. Well, I guess we'll tear it apart next. Just to give you an idea how violent this thing came apart. It blew oil, and yeah, the wind kind of carried it, but it blew oil all the way to the front of the truck. Pretty impressive. So, same day, about 3 hours later, believe it or not, we got a half-inch of rain in that time. Luckily, I finished up the job I was on, and it quit raining, so I think we have a window of opportunity to get this thing apart and see what happened. Plus, I need this trailer tomorrow. This thing weighs about 1,100 pounds, and the tractor just barely can get it up on the trailer without flipping over. So, what better way to do it than to take it apart and pull it off here in pieces. So I guess I'm gonna work at the top, make my way down, and I'm really interested to see what's wrong with this. I'm gonna guess the way the thing came apart, pulling out from the top on the small end, I'm gonna say it probably had a mushroom piston from the get-go. Because I've seen them do that. They'll melt a piston, you keep running it, and then for whatever reason, I don't know if it gets cocked in the cylinder or what, but it'll pull the connecting rod right out, and it'll swing around and cause that. Whether or not that happened on here, I don't know, but we're gonna find out shortly. I have no idea where my other tripod went, so I guess we're gonna have to do this one-handed. Starting with the valve cover. Started out good till my arm got tired. Let's see what we find. Oh, I forgot this was rear gear train. I wonder, oh, I already see what ate a valve, I think. Or maybe not, maybe not. This will be trash. I don't know. I guess we'll just pull the rocker arm assembly off. I don't know what size that is. Oh, I guess it's 12. Maybe it's like a 7.3 where this is 12 instead of 10, like a 7.3. But those are 14s. Yep. And we missed one. I guess we got a fancy tray now. Oh, I didn't know that was aluminum. I thought that was plastic. Looks like we have a nice chunk of aluminum to scrap. Clean aluminum. Wants to be difficult. I don't want to drop a nut in the engine. That'd be terrible, wouldn't it? What are we stuck on? Oh. Stuck on that. Well, since we're not reusing it, it's okay. Alright, let's pull the cam out of here. Trying to concentrate, so that's why I'm not saying much. Would like to get this out. Someone cross-threaded the bolt when they put it on, so makes it kind of difficult. There we go. That gave us some room to work. So I don't know which valve came apart They're all still upright. Figured it'd be obvious, but it's not. Oil's not glittery, surprisingly. So, trying to see where to go. I guess I'll pull off these injector lines, pull off our EGR tube, and just get enough stuff where I can yank this head off of here. Kind of sort of doing this without pausing. I only pause if I have to pick up tools and look for tools. But otherwise, you're going to see this thing totally raw as we come apart. And I'll be surprised as much as you are when we see stuff, because I'm not seeing it ahead of you. So it appears everything on here is 12 millimeter. Let's see if we can just bend this out of the way. Oh, we forgot one. There we go. I guess we're not bending that out of the way. What an epic pain. I don't know why they do that. They make life difficult. Looks like I'm gonna go need to grab more tools. Let's give this a try. Looks like we're gonna have to cheat. Impact makes it look really easy, doesn't it? Misuse of a gear wrench. But we got it broken loose. So we get this out, this will be a big thing of clutter out of the way. Probably not going to be real talkative because I've slept a total of 8 hours in like the past 3 or 4 days. So my battery's running out and I'm tired. But this isn't going to disassemble itself. Well, let me rephrase that. It's not going to disassemble itself by itself anymore without my help. So we're just going to continue on. Ain't the end of the world. So that freed up a lot of room. Just like anything, when you take away government, it seems to work out better. So we'll bust all these loose. I think for our oil jug. See, another 12 millimeter we'll need to do away with. I don't know if these injectors are worth anything. They're probably not. These aren't like an engine that's real in demand. It's not like I blew up an ISX Cummins and I could still sell it with even the hole in the block. Or there's a high demand. This is like low demand. But I like playing with this stuff and dissecting it, so even if the thing had a hole in the block I didn't see when I bought it, still would have been a win. For me, anyway. There we go. Can't tell if a couple of these lines are new or what. It's like they were chasing the problem with this engine for a while. At least that's what it appears like to me. There's our famous hole the oil was going into. I think anyway, I don't know for sure. We might find out I was totally wrong. I don't know. Dang it, 8 millimeters. Tell you what, I guess I should just bring the whole toolkit over here so I don't have to keep going back and forth, because my kit only goes to 10 and those aren't 10s. Alright, well, we won't be rushing through this one. I have to do it the old-fashioned way. lot of these nuts and bolts I will save, you know, because they come in handy, these little tiny metric ones and stuff like these injector hold downs. But everything probably except for the pump and some of this other miscellaneous stuff is going to get scrapped. Okay, so we have one more to go, I think. Yep, right here. Where's our impact? Still doing this one-handed. There we go. And then you just take them and bend them. I want the pump, so that's why I'm not worried about the lines. I don't want anything to get into the pump. So there we go. I like the Japanese. It's engineered good, but it's a pain in the ass to work on. And this is coming from a guy that's a huge Toyota fan and stuff. Good reliability, but Japanese stuff isn't my favorite thing to work on. Ooh, sun's coming out. Nice. There we go. So what else needs to come off? We don't really need this harness. Oh, they're for the glow plugs, I guess. Cool how they have it on one bus bar. Trying to think what else has it. Maybe it's a Volkswagen, I don't remember. The little 1.5s. And sorry about the wind, it is Texas. The Panhandle. For people looking to move here to Texas, I always tell them, stay below like I-20 and you're good. Good weather, decent weather. Panhandle's not a place that's got great weather. So I see another one there. Oh well. But we can solve that problem. Problem solved. Let's see what else we need to do. But we need to take that off. I'll make them 15s. And make a liar out of me. Nope, 15. Maybe we can just bend it off. Yes. Because this bracket's attached to the head. And if my camera crew that I make work for free ever shows up, then we'll have a little bit better camera view. Can we get it off? No. Have to get the ratchet. Pulling the compressor off was a two-handed endeavor, but we got it. So we're just gonna pull the bracket off. Very well engineered, I will say. I'll give it that. And this thing is very, very heavy engine. Oh look, it was loose. Hand tight. Don't need this. Well, I say we're gonna pull this off, we'll see. Get you guys out of the sun. off you go. So that one's dry. That one's dry. That one's dry. That one's got oil running out of it. Awesome. So I think number one was our problem child from the first video. Don't need that. Don't need that. Do we see anything else on here that needs to go? Probably need to unscrew this. And I don't know what that goes to on the pump, but we don't need it. Lots of good nuts and bolts and lines and a little miscellaneous all over this engine. This will cause us problems. Oh. Right there. I'll have to get that off somehow. I bet I can sneak under with an extension. Because I'm sure it's tied to a million other things. It's Japanese. But we're pretty well ready to come off of here. Apparently the head bolts are 14. And they weren't very tight. Those shouldn't come off with an impact. Beginning to look like someone was not a mechanic. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm not even on those bolts all the way, and they were coming out. That is not good. Oh man, are you serious? Check that out. You gotta pull the injectors. Gee, well, no. I think I have an idea. Let me grab some tools again. Looks like we're back to our PAL 12mm. We're just gonna go through here. Take everything. For some reason, a lot of this stuff's not tight. That's kind of worrisome. I mean, I guess yes and no. Flop that over there. Need you guys. I guess I should have brought a hammer with me. About 30 seconds later, turns out I don't need a hammer. All you gotta do is wiggle these things off like that, and the injector will twist. Probably the most barbaric disassembly you've probably ever seen. There we go. And then just like that. We can reach our head bolts. I think I'm gonna need a bigger one. Maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe we will need a hammer. Well, got the hammer. And it took a lot of hammering to get it to where I needed it to be. So we can continue on. These aren't very tight. Like, I know this should be way tighter than this because I've built a lot of engines. I would say built, but I've put together a lot. diesel engines pretty well. Like head bolts like this have a standard, you know, torque. And these aren't torqued to that. Oh no, the water's going in, that's not good. It might bend a valve or something. Oh, but wait, I think we're past that. So it looks like I just have those two little ones on the end, and we can throw this thing to the side. How much you want to bet those are 12s? How much you want to bet they're 10s? Oh, look at that. Lucky second guess. And sorry about the wind noise. We're in Texas, and well, we're in the Texas Panhandle, and the wind always blows here. All right, what are we missing? More bolts, apparently. So how many of you were yelling at the screen when I was trying to lift this thing off a second ago and noticed that I forgotten a whole row of head bolts? It's like, thanks for telling me, guys. Nah, just proves I wasn't lying about how much sleep I haven't had. I really haven't. It's a good thing we're taking it apart, not putting it together. I still think I do a better job than this guy that did it. These were like the tightest bolts on here. Could be wrong, but I think it should be tighter. Well, let's see what we have. Do we need leverage? Yes. Now it's holding us here. Nothing, I don't think. Oh, yeah. We got this in the way. Awesome. Yeah, there's no taking that off unless I cut it. Let's get on the other side. See if we can pull it off. We've got a number one since it's busted. Oh yeah. Okay. So let me go cut it off. No, I won't cheat and look. Due to a series of unfortunate events, we won't have a microphone for the rest of the video. Not that it mattered, because you can still hear all the wind. And that thing's supposed to stop wind, but I don't think they ever tested it in this area. Or Wyoming. Or anywhere like that. There it is. So we'll just pull that off of there. I think that's the only thing stopping us. Unless I cut my finger off. Nope, like a pro, man. So here's the part we've all been waiting for. And before I pull this head off, because we're about ready, trying to see what else is holding us up. Oh, we got this. 17, of course. I do want this filter head for the Transit. Yes, I have the Transit still. I have some ideas for it. And none of which involve fixing it right for some reason, which I need to do. We just had that conversation today. So, there we go. Probably been smarter just to take the filter head off, huh? You know, let's do that. I'm trying to keep this like live. Well, ain't gonna work. Ain't a word. thing's being stupid. I can't get it to center because I'm one-handed. Oh well, screw it. The pump's coming off anyway. Another 17. Who put these there? Damn engineers, they're all the same. I don't know why they'd engineer a line to go like that, all pretzel shaped. There we go. Then I can get back to what I was trying to tell you. Maybe. It's going to be hard to take off because it's like someone tried to pull a head off without half the lines unhooked. I'll bet you're hearing wind noise right now. What the hell, man? There. I was just in a bind because it's a hard line. There we go. Kind of put that there so I don't lose it. You know, I'm probably gonna need those banjo bolt ends, or, well, maybe I can thread regular fittings in here. What the hell? There we go. Okay. Take 2 on the head. So, before I pull it off and show everyone, a couple things to remember. Try to get out the wind. I know the best way to test it, the correct way to test it with propane would have been full load, full boost, and full propane, which we had one of the 3, we had full propane. Yes, the engine was broken. I already know that. We can probably tell what was broken. And to be quite honest, I don't think the propane really did anything because it wasn't under a load. I think between getting hydrolocked with oil and running full speed, fast full speed, probably were the biggest contributors, and maybe the propane hurt it. So just saying that. No, the ether I shot in it, that was a joke. I don't think that hurt it. I know there's going to be a dude that's got the ether's bad boner come and be like, oh my goodness, it was the ether, because I see him in every video, and it's not ether. I've shot probably 100 gallons of ether into engines over the years and never destroyed one. If you're willing to bet, like I said, melted piston, and because it came from high elevation in the mountains, I bet it had either a bad injector or a bad boost connector and had a boost leak where it ran rich, and a hired hand that doesn't give a shit. I was just being stupid, but usually those 2 factors will cause an engine to blow up. I've only seen one blow up like this, and it was a 7.3, and the old guy from Brazil drove it naturally aspirated and said, oh, I thought it was slow because it was an old bus. So there you have it. My guess was melted piston. Let's see what we have. Goodbye, old head. Oh, that's nice. Or like I said earlier in the text, which if I screenshot it, I'll show you, the piston's in a million pieces in the pan, and that's where we're at. So this would explain why that doesn't turn. Let me take a glove off. Got to unglove so I can zoom in and out. I'm just gonna make you guys either skip forward or be in suspense. So that's the back of the water pump, I believe. Hang on. I'm not editing this out. We're rolling live. Get you some light. So that's the back of the water pump. This was a liner. It looks like it dropped a valve. That's engine number 2. So yeah, there's your liner. And that's where it says 4HE1 right there. On the block on the other side. I guess that's a freeze plug, Welch plug, whatever you want to call them. Wow. So that down here, that's the oil pan. There's your deal on the crankshaft, your weights. Oh, you know what? I'll just stick you down in there. That's the inside of the engine, guys. That's your cylinder wall, or what's left of it. These are your other pistons. I can't tell. Yeah, still has crosshatch in it. So, wow. Let's look at the head. So the valve we found on the trailer, we know belonged there. Boy, it just hammered the shit out of it. That's freaking badass. There's your injector tip, your glow plug. Yeah, you don't have it on this one. This one had oil, but, well, it could have come from there too, so that's out of the picture. Like I said, it looks sooty. Could have been from the oil it ate. At this point, there's no telling, but we dropped the valve. But I don't think the valve was floating around in there. I think the valve came apart when it spun to the moon. So, I'm trying to think what to do now, I guess. Oh, look at that. Maybe that was from me, never mind. I thought they left the pump loose. I was gonna be like, damn it, guys, really? So what I'm gonna do, and I'll probably do it off camera because I need two hands. I'm gonna pull the injection pump off, and we're gonna flip this thing on its side and pull the pan off and shovel out our piston. All right, got this beast out, and it's not little, it's big. There's my hand. So I take back everything I said about the Japanese Empire and all the mean things I was saying. I thought it came off here, and then you get on the back, right against the block, and I'm like, well, how do you get those off? Well, I take back what I said about them, because they made it really easy to unbolt this adapter, and it unbolts from the timing cover. And this thing's set up like a commercial 6.7 Cummins with the gear train in the rear. Not the ones in the pickup. Pickup are different, but I'm talking box truck, school bus. The gear train's in the back. And while I had taking the pump off, I went ahead and grabbed the transmission off it. Kind of an odd duck. Feels like it's still good. It's got a little play, but you know, these are rare. Couldn't find a single used one, so if this thing's still good, someone can use it. I don't need it because it's only good for, well, the Isuzu engine. Kind of neat too is the starter's attached to the bell housing and not on the engine. So what we're gonna do, since we're back, we're just gonna, I guess, go ahead and take as much weight as we can off so I can get this thing upright enough to throw in the loader bucket. Pile's growing, isn't it? You know, if I just slow down, it'd probably come apart easier. Sure is a lot of heavy parts for such a baby engine. Me personally, I don't rank these. I don't rank them up there with a like a big truck, like a medium duty truck engine. When someone says Isuzu diesel, I think of like an Isuzu iMark from the 80s, or a Rabbit pickup or something like that, something little. Looks like someone didn't know how to drive a stick shift. Boy, that's just eating up, isn't it? I can smell it too. It smells burned. I'm not just being a total smartass, it does. Does not smell good. Oh, look. See? Told you. That's a visual smell right there. That screams mountainous driving, and I don't know how to clutch. What do you think? 22, 23, or 24? I'm gonna go with 22, and it looks like I'll win. 23. I am kind of seeing how fast I can tear this thing down too. Someone call Loctite. I tell you, the guy that put the head on didn't torque these down because these are actually done right. Because this thing will take off truck lug nuts and it's struggling. I kind of want to take the back cover off too. Yep, someone did these right. Oh, it's a spacer. I'm like, why's my flywheel coming apart? Oh, heavy. We're back to 13 now. Goodbye, buddy. Or maybe it's 12. It's 12. Never mind. What's up, old buddy? All right. Trying to make this thing easier to flop over, in case you're wondering. Oh, that's for the power steering pump. Getting clutch flung everywhere in my face. Awesome. Yep, see? Someone didn't know how to drive a stick, but I'll give them kudos for trying. Trying to kind of keep some organization here. Kinda. How much you want to bet there's one that's hidden or something? Can I get this off of here? No. Looks like it should just come off. Oh, no? Yeah, we missed these. I think that's all that's on there. Let's see if I can flip it over onto myself. There we go. Where'd it go? There it is. I wonder if it's just the one holding us on. Maybe I just wasted all my time. So here's the bottom of the oil pan. So you can see it had some stuff go through it. And it was sitting about here. Hey, there's pieces of our piston. That's cool. So yeah, when I clean this deck off, maybe in a later video I'll show you where it was. I should have known better. The rear structure was held on by the oil pan. But like I said, I'm just gonna blame it on no sleep. So we're gonna go to our favorite part. And we're gonna tear this oil pan off. Like you saw, it got stuck in the socket, so it's gonna be a two-hand job, but when I get the last bolt, I'll start recording again and we'll discover what's in here together. So as promised, the last bolt. Well, it should have been. Let's see if we can get this off of here. It's RTV pretty good. So if someone at one point worked on it, knew what they were doing. I would think. We're gonna have to hammer this off. Or is there something dumb holding it on? No? Oh. Uh-oh. Wow. Look at that. That's your piston liner. Wow, guys, isn't that cool? I don't know what that's to. More liner. Piston. I'm not sure. Bigger piece of your piston. You see the ring land in it. So I was right. I told my friend, camera guy from earlier, that I bet the piston's laying in the bottom because someone probably cooked it. And sure enough, here it is. Well, that nut wasn't in there, but yeah. That's all your liner, your piston, and cylinder wall. I don't know what that part is. Oh yeah, I do. I bet that's the clip, maybe, for the wrist pin. Man, this is cool. Look how small those pieces are, guys. Wow. Amazing. Like, that's not dirt, that's all metal. Piece of a ring. Well, I won that bet. There's your #1 journal. It's not journaling anymore. The rest of these look good. Amazing. Well, the iPhone got hot and quit recording, but that doesn't mean the sun's gonna quit going down. And I kept on going. So this is #2, and it looks like it ran out of oil before, because this isn't rough like it would if it just ran out of oil. And when I got it, it was low on oil, so, you know, who knows what they did. And the piston didn't fare too good. It's, where is it? Maybe this isn't #2, but you can see you got something caught up in it. This might be #3. I don't know what number. Anyway, so one of these was spun. Maybe it was #3, or it felt like it was spun. Yeah, you can see it was starting to like delaminate. It gotten so hot. But when you feel it, it looks like it ran a while like that. And I don't think these trucks have a real oil pressure gauge in them. So even if it had low oil pressure, it wasn't low enough to kick the light on, you'd still be driving and causing damage. And here's your journals. I mean, they're not scratched, but they are heat checked. And that one's self-explanatory. And your bed plate took a lot, I guess that's what you call it, took a lot of damage. I don't know what to say. I'm just like, wow. I'm pretty sure though, this is another crappy rebuild by maybe the same people that did that B model cat and that C12 I have. Because they're from the same town, and this one had the same failure as the B model. that piston that you saw in my last video at the end, it just cracked it all the way up. But I don't know. I'm gonna go with it's a bad rebuild, because that's 3 in a row and they're from the same city. And coming out of that city, you have big long pulls every single direction, northeast, west, south, west, east, north, south, however you want to say it, every direction. And if your stuff's not in tip-top shape, this is what's going to happen. And I know this from experience from working with a big fleet. So there's a better view in the sun, better sunlight. Oh, it's in there. Mosquito on me. There's your piston, more piston, liner, wrist pin snap ring, the other wrist pin snap ring. I mean, it's just amazing. You see the real crappy RTV job they did on the pan. I want to say this is a low mile rebuild because of how clean it was. There's not caked on dirt, and it, looking close to it, it's not like power wash. It's like it came into a what do you call it? It's like it was out of frame, but it was out of framed wrong, maybe, because that's too clean to be steam cleaned. But it's not 200 miles or 100,000 miles of grease on it. So like I said, I don't know. I don't think the propane did anything to it, to be honest. I think it was already too far gone by the time I hit it with propane. So here's what it's reduced to. There's not much left. And here's a better view. It knocked out that crank all the way. Just totally destroyed it. I thought it was pretty cool. And yeah, the piston walls, there's no ridge other than the scoring from, I guess, running low on oil, or the liners. And this one, I really believe it was low mile. So I don't know if there's someone over there that's getting like bad parts, or they don't know what they're doing. I don't know, but to have 3 different engines from the same place, 2 have the same failures, it's kind of odd. So like I said, I gotta have this thing ready for the morning. So I'm gonna go, I got the tractor running. I'm gonna pull it over here. I'm gonna slam this stuff into the bucket, dump it in the scrap pile, because the only thing I can sell is a pump, the transmission, and the starter. The rest of it's junk. This had a crack. I mean, literally, there's nothing really good left that I could find. Everything had an imperfection in it. Oh, and before someone says I was a good engine I destroyed, I think if you had in-framed it before I blew it up, the fact that it had run out of oil before, I think you'd have to cut the crank and stuff, and it would have turned into an out of frame, and it would have been a losing battle. You could have gotten a used running takeout cheaper than it would have been to rebuild this correct. So I don't know. I don't know the story on it. I just know it looks like a real bad rebuild, in-frame, whatever you want to call it. And it's blown up now, and I had a good time doing it. We really enjoyed ourselves. So we'll catch you in the next video. Hope you guys liked it and watched the whole thing, because it was a lot of fun. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.